Good morning, everybody. Jerry here, Greystone Trading. I wanted to go over three rules that I never, ever, under any circumstances, break while I'm trading. I've been trading SPY now for over 3 years. I've been profitable for about 2.5 years. So let's get into this. The first hard rule that I have is I never trade the first 30 minutes of the market opening under any circumstances. I know a lot of guys who like to trade that first 30 minutes. To me, it's very volatile. There's order blocks being filled. There's liquidity sweeps happening. There's lots of stuff happening behind the scenes. And it's just not a very secure environment for long-term success the way I trade SPY. So that being said, the second rule, second rule I never break is I never, ever, under any circumstances, trade a news candle. It doesn't matter if it is red folder, orange folder, or yellow folder. If it is on Market Watch and on the economic calendar, I do not trade that whatsoever on Market Watch. I don't use Forex Factory. They have a wonderful platform as well. However, I specifically use Market Watch and the economic calendar. Never, ever, under any circumstances, if there is news posted there, do I ever trade a news candle. And then the last rule I never break under any circumstances is I trade all of my key levels. I look for a very clearly defined level of support, a very clear level of resistance. I look for a very clear level of overarching and underlying. Sometimes that can be previous day highs and lows. I always have all those key levels marked. And under all circumstances, I never ever take a trade that does not have enough draw to go risk-free. So with all that being said, the previous day high and the previous day lows is the New York sessions yesterday's time, right? That was the highest that the market went and the lowest that the market went on SPY. The second ones that I always mark that are extremely important key levels is the pre-market high and the pre-market low on SPY. Those are the London highs and the London lows. The pre-market in London is one of the same. Some people call it the European market. However, those markets are very, very huge liquidity pools, and SPY tells a very, very true story to those levels in real time. And then the third ones that I always mark, no matter what, is the aftermarket high and low, and that would be the Asia session or the Tokyo session. Those are the same things. That's what happened after the market. There was also liquidity pools being happened, and hedge funds filling their orders and putting order blocks in, big institutional monies there. So those are the key levels that I mark. I always mark my previous day open, and I also always mark the previous day close. The reason I do that is it shows me a direction of what the market was doing yesterday. So every trade I take has to meet a specific criteria. I need a firm candle to go into calls. I need a firm candle to go into puts with enough draw to one of those liquidity pools or enough draw to my overarching levels before those liquidity pools happen. So those are hard rules that I never break. So number one, never trade the first 30 minutes. Number two, never trade a news candle. And then number three is always use those key levels. So those are those three rules that are always paramount for me. The firm candle is another rule that is a very telling one for me. The firm candle shows if the buyers are in control or if the sellers are in control for that entry, the way I trade. It has improved my win rate drastically to have that directional candle in there. And yes, you will still get stopped out. This is a game that we play, this trading game that you are trying to learn and do and become profitable on. This is a game of probabilities. It's impossible to be right every time. However, with strong key levels, discipline, eliminating the emotions, you can have a win rate that exceeds 75% of the time, right? 75% of the time you will be right. You will have a green trade. With the hybrid levels, those more tight levels in between, that win rate can go as high as 85%, right? Now, your big trades will be smaller with those. However, the possibility of getting green and making that happen is super easy to do. So again, the three rules: always wait for that first 30 minutes for me. That's a mandatory one. Number two, never trade news. That is so volatile. I've seen good news make the market go up. I've seen good news make the market go down. I've seen bad news make the market go up. Bad news make the market go down. I've seen good news make the market go up, and then all of a sudden the market doesn't like the good news, or it wasn't good enough news and it falls down. So always, always, always wait at least one candle during those news days. Most important ones is obviously FOMC. That's a huge one. Obviously, CPI. That's a huge one. PPI is a huge one. Home sales can be a really big one. Oddly enough, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. So these are just news candles. It's on that economic data, ISM services, etc. News candle on marketwatch.com on the economic calendar. Do not ever trade through a news candle. It will destroy your account no matter how good your technical analysis is. So those are hard rules that I have that I always, always pay attention to, that I always, always follow under all circumstances. And then last but not least, like any other trading session would be, regardless of your entry criteria, whether you're going to use this strategy or another strategy, or if you're blending strategies, whatever it is, always, 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 guys, protect your capital. That's number one. Number two is trust your process and don't change your process mid-trade or mid-session. Stick to what you know works by back testing and proving to yourself that this can be, right? So always, always, always protect your capital. Always, 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 under all circumstances, trust your process. And don't ever force a trade. The market will always give you another opportunity. It will be there tomorrow. You don't have to have all those emotions in there. There's plenty and plenty of times that SPY will set up, or if you're trading the Qs, whatever that is, it will always give you another opportunity. So do not ever, ever force a trade. So again, always protect that capital. Always trust your process by back testing and proving to yourself time and time and time again that it works. And if you're not confident in the system and you haven't back tested it 100 trades, there's no way to do that. You're just now gambling, right? So always trust that process. Always back test it. Do those things. And this will actually make sense to you over time. It's not an easy process to learn it, but it can be quick if you just put a little bit of time and effort and energy into it and study this process. There's a lot of people out here that are making lots and lots of money off this. There's also a lot of people that lose money. So most importantly, guys, always, always protect your capital. Always trust that process of your strategy by back testing it and knowing and proving to yourself that it works time and time again. And last but not least, don't force that trade. The market will be there tomorrow. It'll be there in the next session. The next setup will present itself. Don't chase trades. Always find those high quality setups. And I hope that this information is pretty helpful for you guys. If you like the way this sounds, please like and subscribe to the channel. Got plenty of videos, lots of information coming on this. I'm about to break out a whole 18 video series on how I trade, break down price, rules, exits, strategies. So this is the first of many to come on this particular envelope of this series that I'm going to drop out for you guys. So if you want to learn how I trade, we trade 9 times a week, Monday through Friday from 10 to 11 Eastern time. And then we also trade Monday through Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Those are the best sessions for SPY with the most consistent time blocks to do our strategy. So if you like the way that sounds, click the link below and we would love to see you on the call. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.